Alright, so this video goes along with lesson 5. Sorry, my son's watching TV kind of loud, so that hopefully it doesn't drown it out too much. Hang on. Okay. So, for the engage here, it's notice and wonder. And so, what do you notice? What do you wonder? So, let me pause. Alright. So, what do you notice? What do you wonder? And so,
Tastes good? Tastes like bubble gum. I don't like bubble gum. You love this medicine.
sorry, my son isn't feeling well.
There you go.
Alright, so, for notices, there are positive and negative numbers. Now, you guys may have had some other ones, but these are some of the ones that are standing out to me. There's a 0, because that's not positive or negative.
Go ahead, Bailey. You can get up.
Okay.
Then Mommy has to get up for a few minutes. Do you want to sit on my spot or do you want to sit where you are? Okay, then scoot over.
They are
Go ahead, Bailey.
making and spending money.
Are you all done? Do you want to finish these chips? Do you want to sit back later?
And then for wonders.
Go ahead, Bailey. You can get up.
Okay. What do you wonder?
Yeah. Take care of cruise. Bye, T.
Why do they get money for doing chores and an allowance? Why do they get both? Because that seems kind of silly to me. Okay. So for me, that's what I notice and wonder. Now, I know you guys will have a lot more and want to spend 20 minutes on this. But, it is what it is. So now, let's move on. Activity 1, the concession stand. So again, you guys should have done these activities first and watched this step. So, the manager of a concession stand keeps records of all the supplies she buys and of all the items she sells. The table shows some of her records for Tuesday. Okay, which items did she sell? And explain your reasoning.
Pie and spice.
Okay,
You're right.
so give me a. Alright. So now that's all set up. So, which items did she sell? And explain. Well, we know she sold donuts, and it's not letting me write. Why isn't it letting me write? There we go. Donuts, hot dogs, apples, and French.
Dad,
Yeah.
did you
Fries.
take out hurt?
Did taking out my tooth hurt?
Yeah.
Yes, it hurt.
It did?
Yeah. Now we know that that's what they sold. Because those quantities I got that word from there. So those amounts
Stop right there. Stop right there.
decreased are negative.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
Now, how can we interpret the negative 58 in this situation?
Wait. Sorry. Can I
They
play for you?
sold
You can play. You just have to play.
58
Not yell on screen.
donuts. And so that's how we interpret that. Since it decreased by 58, they sold 58.
I saw a laser beast one suddenly goes into it. But it doesn't cut you. It doesn't. Nope.
Okay, it's not gonna let me do dual page apparently.
It's a laser one. A laser can cut you. And what is a laser one? That's when
Okay.
laser doesn't cut.
And so how can we interpret negative 10.35? Well,
We just, it fixes spot, whatever.
negative 10.35 is in the value in dollars. And so that means they spent $10.35 on straws.
Who did that? That was me. Excuse me. Hey, I think you went through Subway Globine. Excuse me.
And now, which did they spend the most money on? Well, since negatives are what they spent money on, $10.35 on straws, $116.87 on pizza. So
Mama, did you
pizza
see it?
is what they spent the most money on.
Yeah. Did you see the spot?
I spent the most on pizza. Now, how do we know? Negative 100, was it 18 or 187? Neither, 116.87. Is farther left on the number line. So it is more negative. And so the smallest. Less really spent the most on could have also said 116.87 is greater than $10.35. So they spent more on pizza. Okay. Now, activity 2. A vending machine in an office building is selling bottled beverages. We don't know what kind. The machine keeps track of all changes in the number of bottles from sales and from machine refills. And maintenance, of course. The record shows the changes for every 5-minute period over an hour. Yeah, it's being so busy. What might a positive number mean in this context, and what might a negative number be? Well, for positives, bottles are put in, replaced. For negative, bottles are sold, taken out. And what would 0 be? Nothing happened. No bottles were sold or replaced. And what would numbers, positive or negative, result in fewer bottles in the machine? Well, of course, that would be negative. Because they are being removed. At what time was there the greatest change to the number of bottles in the machine? Change of 1, 12, 4, 1, 5, 12, 2, 0, 0, 6, 24, and 0. Well, 24, of course, is the biggest change. And so that would be 850 to 850. 24 bottles were added. Now, 805 to 809, 825 to 829. Was there a greater change at which time period? And explain why. Well, 805 to 809 was an increase of 12. 825 to 829 was a decrease of 12. So since they both changed by 12, it's, I don't like the yellow. Doesn't show up well. So Let's go with orange. Neither. Okay, both changed by 12. Just one was an increase and one was a decrease, but it was still a change of 12. Okay, and the machine must be emptied to be serviced. If there are 40 bottles left in the machine when it is serviced, what number goes in the second column? Well, we have to take them out, and so taking them out is negative. So negative 40. Okay. And that's everything for this lesson. Okay. So take your time, and you're going to do the practice, which is where you're going to do 1, 2, 4, and 5. Okay, you're not going to do number 3. Okay, and that's going to be on Ed's site.